So when you're trying to practice your one-arm push-up, or even your classic push-up, blocks are one of the best tools that you can use for controlling how deep you go in your practice. And the reason why I have this is because, number one, it's great for students to understand and be focused on where their goal is. So if my goal is to hit this yoga block, they have a distinct, very clear objective. If I took these away and said, all right, now do your push-up, they have no idea necessarily how deep they need to go or where they need to be. But once I add some blocks in, it gives you some clear objectives, okay? The good thing about these is I can stack them any way I want depending on where you are in your fitness level. So if I want to do this, or if I want to go higher, or if I want to go to here, make it a little bit more challenging, or take one block away, I have the luxury of being able to kind of dictate the depth. And you can do this from day to day. It may vary day to day. Maybe you're going here one day. Maybe you're at this point the next day. So it gives you some variability. Number two, it controls your depth. So in my opinion, throughout the years of practicing this, I found that this is a regular size yoga block. I found that this depth in a push-up is very good position for the shoulders. Anything lower than this, for most people, they're gonna start pushing off of the actual shoulder and not use their core and their armpits. So I find that throughout the years of doing so many push-ups and experimentation on myself and also with my students, I found that one yoga block is actually perfect for depth. So for example, if I'm doing this in my push-up, I find that just getting to that position puts my shoulder position really solid for me to practice my push-ups. Anything lower than that, it's gonna put me in a bad position. Now, if I'm doing my one-arm push-up and I'm practicing my depth, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put two yoga blocks, stack them up just like this. I'm gonna set up in my position. I'm gonna take my time in my setup position, okay? I take a wider stance here. Notice my hand placement slightly in front of the yoga blocks and also slightly in front of my shoulder, okay? And I position the blocks so that my chest or my sternum will touch the blocks as I descend. Once I set my position, I'm gonna go down, touch, push up. Now, it may not seem like you're going that far. That's not the point. The point is, how well are you able to control your descent and your push? So what I'm trying to look for here is, are you rotating too much? Can you get down to that position and hold it, touching the block and then push away from it? I don't want you to get to this position where you're resting on this, because once you rest, you lose tension. So practice this. Practice it at different levels and depth. Work on your setup. Take your time with your hand placement. Think about the rest of your body, and then slowly descend into these blocks. And I would encourage you, based on where you are, to practice at different depths. So first maybe is gonna be this one, where you may not feel like you're going that low, but you really are training your body on how to maintain tension as you move it. Then maybe your next day is here. And then maybe you go to here. And then maybe you go down to your single block, okay? The point of this is, again, yes, it would be nice to be able to get down to one block, but I'm not so concerned about that. What I'm more concerned about is your setup, your position, what you're thinking as you descend into that push-up, and are you able to maintain control throughout the drop and the push part without rotating or compensating in some way. So try this out. Use the yoga blocks. They're an excellent tool for range of motion and for a clear objective on where to go with my chest. And I think you're gonna find that this will help you in your one-arm and also classic push-ups.